Hi there, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me online are linked below. I'm most active over on Instagram, where you'll find me as Rainbow Ange for all of my personal knitting and shenanigans, crochet, spinning, and Yarn and Yarns for the business side of things. I'm recording a short video today. This is a diary of a yarn shop owner instalment, so there's no works in progress or any of that kind of stuff. It's just really an update on what's happening in the shop. I'm trying to sprinkle a few of these videos in on YouTube every now and then when I have anything to say. So I thought I'd pop by and update you. Last time we spoke in one of these videos, I was telling you about the issue with the uncertainty over the shop. Unfortunately, that's still not resolved. The shop is now under offer, or I should say the whole building, because there is a flat upstairs, so the whole building is up for sale. It's under offer, but I've had no communication from the potential buyers and I don't know what's happening. I had notification that a planning application had gone in to convert upstairs from a flat to a tutoring centre, but I have recently heard through a local news page that the town council here are putting in an objection to that planning application, although the final decision doesn't rest here with the town council but the county council. So whether that will put off the person who has made an offer on the building, I do not know. And I don't know what their intentions are for the bottom half of the building, i.e. my little shop. So things are still very much up in the air. I'm just kind of carrying on as normal. However, I'm trying not to go overboard on the ordering of new stock because although I do have a lease that in theory lasts until the end of next March, in practice there are clauses in that lease which mean I could be given notice to leave sooner. So yeah, it's all very much still up in the air, but I'm trying to carry on as normal as possible, but just bearing in mind that the future is still pretty uncertain. Because of the uncertainty, I'm feeling in a little bit of a funk in terms of the shop at the moment. It's kind of hard to put maximum energy into something when you don't know what the future holds. I'm trying to be my usual self, in terms of when people visit the shop, etc, etc, my usual enthusiasm, and I haven't lost my enthusiasm for the shop at all. It's just hard to know what to expend your energy on when the future is so up in the air. That's kind of the update on what's happening. Not really much to say, is there, like in terms of news, but yeah, you know what I know. I have brought in a few new things and restocked a few things though, so I thought I would quickly show you a couple of the products that have come back into stock or are brand new. So the first thing is something that I am super excited about, because if you have watched for any length of time on this channel, you know that I am a super keen sock knitter. So a few weeks ago, West Yorkshire Spinners, in conjunction with Winwick Mum, who is quite a well-known blogger, at least here in the UK, but she has a very popular blog here in the UK, she developed some new sock yarn colours in the West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply range, and she also brought out a lovely little pattern book in conjunction with that collection. So I have these in stock now. So this is the pattern book, and on the back here it shows the 4 new colours that are out. I have all 4 of these in stock at the moment. A couple of people pre-ordered the yarn from me and I haven't yet heard back. So if you're watching this and you pre-ordered, I have sent you messages, so please could you let me know, if you are watching, whether you still want that yarn. If you've changed your mind, I have no problem with that whatsoever, but I just wanted to let you know, in case you are watching, that I have sent you messages, in case you think that I have forgotten. But yeah, if you have changed your mind, I'd rather know than keep the stock sort of put by. So yeah, if you are watching, please drop me a line. I really like the colours and the pattern book. I should probably go grab the yarn and show you it properly, shouldn't I? There are 4 lovely colours available. The first one is this lovely blues and aqua tones, and this one is called Seascape. Then we also have this purple one, which is called Hidden Gem. So there's purples and lilacs and a lovely sort of off-white in that one. There are some lovely bright colours in this one, and this one is called Brightside. So there's reds and greens and yellows and blues, lots of the primaries. So you know me and my love of bright colours. This one is lovely. And then finally, this lovely one called Wildflower. Oops, got it upside down. Now I'm throwing it at you. This is going well. This one is called Wildflower, and there are gorgeous purpley tones, some green tones, a sort of cornflower blue, and some pinky tones in there as well, yellows. So they're all really lovely. In the book, there are 4 different patterned socks, and then at the very back of the book there is a fun sort of little recipe called Mix and Match. So the Mix and Match pattern at the back is basically a vanilla sock, but there's a few different types of heel technique, which is really quite fun. So I think this is a great book if you're either a beginner sock knitter or more advanced. As I say, there's some lovely patterned socks in here too. A lot of them feature cables and lace, and yeah, they're all really pretty. So this double spread here gives you an idea of the patterns that are in the book. So there's one patterned sock presented in each of the 4 colourways, and then there's that mix and match sock at the end. So yeah, I am really pleased to have that in stock, and so far it's proven to be very popular, which is always nice. The other news yarn wise is I have also expanded the colours that I have in the West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Peep range, which is a lovely yarn. They've brought out quite a lot of children's patterns in this yarn, and some of the colours are sort of fairly pastel-y, but there's also some brights in the range, but you could definitely knit anything with this. It's a really lovely yarn, and one of the things I love about this one is it actually has a fairly high wool content. Most of the other baby yarns or children's yarns that I have in stock don't have as much wool. Some of them don't have any. So the Bo Peep is 52% Falkland wool and 48% nylon. So I have got a couple of greeny blue shades in stock now. So I've got this really nice blue. I've got this sort of sea green kind of colour. I also managed to get some stock of the brown, which I think maybe last time I did one of these videos, I showed off the Great Adventures book, but noted that my disappointment in that I ordered all of the colours in this book and some of them hadn't arrived. So these ones are actually the ones that were missing. So I now have the full colour range for that lovely Great Adventures book. I also decided to grab a couple of their multicoloured colourways. So I've got this one which is sort of mints and lilacs, and then this one which is lilac, pink and a cream, and then this one which is peach and pink and cream, and they are knitting up really lovely. One of my customers has already knit with these 2 colourways, and I can actually show you a little garment that I have just been sewing up for one of my customers. It hasn't been blocked yet, so it's a little bit curly around the edges, but she made this cute little crossover top out of the pinky colourway. As you can see, it sort of has that sort of almost striping kind of Fair Isle look. Sorry, I'm not showing this off to its best. As I say, it needs a good block so that it holds together, and I didn't do the bow up very well, did I? But it gives you a good idea of how that yarn is going to knit up. So that, I think, is everything for yarn update. I do have a couple of other things to show you in terms of accessories though. I had a delivery from Bahram U this week, so I am really happy to have restocked with a couple of products that we've had from them in the past. I've got now back in stock their lovely little drawstring project bags. which are really fun. They're quite simple in design. They're just little canvas bags with a drawstring, but they're quite humorous, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and these were really popular last time I had them. The first one I have is the Voulez-vous crochet avec moi ce soir bag. As you can see, they're a reasonable size bag. You could definitely get away with a probably 2, maybe 3 skein project would squeeze in here, definitely 2. So that's those ones. We also have the pearls just want to have fun motif back in stock, and then finally I have knitting on the dock of the bay. So they are all back in, which is really nice. They're pretty reasonable as well. They're just £4.50 each, and they're really flat when they fold down. So they're great for anyone who can't get to the shop. And the postage on these, if you're only having one, is just £1. So I'm hoping they will prove to be as popular as they were last time I had them in. And I've also restocked on some of the little Bahram tape measures. I just have these stacked up on the counter, and they're just a few pounds each. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. A customer came into the shop. I think I was talking about these lovely little tape measures from Bahram. You can never have too many tape measures, and these are the nice sort of retractable, so they fit in your notions pouch or your project bag. And I've got quite a lot of these at home in various bags. So yeah, that's it. I am stocked up on Bahram products. And then finally, I think for this video, in terms of what is new, what's going on in the shop, I also had a delivery of needles this week, which I have been waiting for quite a few weeks now. So I have the Lykke or the Lykke needles back in stock. Never quite sure how you meant to pronounce those. So these are the driftwood needles, but I also have a few this time in the indigo finish and also the umber finish, which are the new finishes from this range. So I've got the needle tips are all now back in stock. I have some of the 5-inch in various finishes, and also some of the 3.5-inch in various finishes. They're all back in stock. For the first time, I have a few sets of fixed circulars. I have gone for the smaller sizes in these. So I think the smallest is either, I think it's 325, I think the smallest in the interchangeable tips. So I've got a few pairs in the smaller sizes on the fixed circulars. And I also have several sets back in stock now, which is fantastic. I have got, sorry for the crinkling, I've got one set of driftwoods on the 5-inch tips. I've got a set of the indigos on the 5-inch tips. I've got some umbers on the 3.5-inch tips. These cases are just beautiful. They're presented so beautifully. They are fairly expensive, but I think they're a really nice treat, and they're, as I say, they're beautiful to work with. They're so smooth. I really love these needles, and I think if one of these sets hangs around for more than a few weeks, I'd probably be snaffling one for myself. So far I have just nabbed a few of the interchangeable tips for myself, but yeah, I may give myself a nice summer treat and steal one of these sets for myself, unless any of my customers or you lovely people out there snag them before me. I've also taken a chance on a set of their indigo crochet hooks as well. I've not had the crochet hooks before. Lots of my crochet customers here prefer the hooks with the grips, and these are just straight sort of wooden handles, but they're very nice, and again they come in one of these beautiful display cases. So in the hooks you get 10 different hook sizes, ranging from a 3.5mm up to a 9mm. In the needle tips they go from 325 up to 6.5 in the short tips, and then in the longer tip sets they're 3.5 up to a size 12mm, and obviously you get connectors and cords and stoppers and all that sort of good stuff in with those sets as well. So yeah, I'm pleased to have those back in stock. Because they're such popular needles, I often have to wait a little while to restock on those. As usual, if there's anything in these videos that you're interested in but you can't make it to the shop, then just pop me a direct message. I'd be happy to chat to you about prices for things and obviously postage. I do free postage for all orders over £25 in the UK. Elsewhere around the world it's postage at cost. I tend to use a lot of recycle packaging, so I don't usually charge for packaging, it's just the cost of the postage itself. So that's everything for what's new in the shop. Other sort of general chit chat, my groups continue to be a great source of enjoyment for me, and they're all still going strong. We're starting to quieten down a little bit now, as happens at this time of year. The weather's sort of warming up and the days are getting longer. I think I've got a reasonably large contingent of people who like to knit to keep themselves occupied in the winter months, but then start going out into the garden and doing those sorts of pastimes in the summer months. But it gives me a little bit more free time in the shop. I'm still working away on my stock take. I haven't actually finished my pattern stock take yet, let alone started my yarn stock take. I only have 2 mornings in the shop every week where I don't have groups, or I don't have regular visitors. And at least one of those mornings is usually taken up with, emails and admin and paying bills and all that good stuff. So my stock taking process is pretty slow. I've got a few files left on the patterns to stock take, which I'm hoping to do this morning, and then I'm going to move on to the books, and I'm hoping to have the books done by mid-May, and then I can move on to the yarn stock take. And then once that's out of the way, hopefully will be sort of June time, and I can think about June, July, August. I will be hoping to make some good inroads on developing a website, and also I tend to eBay a little bit more in the summer months to keep the income from the shop ticking over. I still have quite a bit of stock that I have taken out of the shop at various points. Obviously last year we had the situation with Debbie Bliss where she decided to move away from bricks and mortar retailers and sell exclusively online. So I choose not to support her through the shop anymore in terms of selling off any yarn that I had left over. So I took all of that home, and all of that stock will be going on eBay this summer. So I'll have that to do over the coming months too. So yeah, although the shop it will be quietening down, I will still be keeping myself extremely busy. I think that's everything I wanted to share with you for today's Diary of a Yarn Shop Owner. Thank you for joining me. These videos probably aren't quite as fun as me showing off the projects that I'm working on and getting to chat to you about all of the nice yarns. But as I mentioned before, I kind of want to keep these going every now and then, if for nothing else then for a little record for me of what's happening and my journey through this yarn shop owning adventure. So thanks so much for sticking with me to the end of the video. If you have, I hope you are enjoying a lovely week, and until next time, great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.